Yeah. What is going on? My peoples, my Kansas City Chief people, what is going on? It's your boy Wild Wild Chief. As always, y'all know what it is. A podcast dedicated to our beloved Kansas City Chiefs because it's Chiefs or die. I'm telling you. Are y'all excited? It's been 24 hours since preseason game number 2. And I like to give everybody a chance to digest on what we saw from my Chiefs before I come out and drop a Wild Card Chief episode. And what can I say about the Chiefs yesterday with their 24-14 victory over the Washington Commanders? Well, I'm having real expectations. And that's the point of this show is, yes, we are all fans, but we got to be realistic, got to be truthful about our own squad. And those who have been ride or die with the Chiefs know all too far well before 2013 has been some very emotional, strenuous years on us, right? And ever since Andy Reid came over in 2013, brought over Alex Smith, they started building the foundation. And then 2017, our lives forever changed because we drafted Patrick Mahomes in 2018, inserting him into the offense in 4 straight AFC championships and 2 Super Bowl appearances, winning 1 later. Our expectations have to change with the quality of our franchise. Believe it or not, Chiefs fans, we are fans of a franchise that is no longer in the sewer, is no longer in the dumps. It is a perennial Super Bowl contender team. So I don't know about y'all, but as I look at the squad and I look at what's been going on with the Chiefs this season, off season whatsoever, my expectations are not changing. The Chiefs should be a Super Bowl team this year. Not only because of the talent that is on the team, not because of the quarterback, I'm specifically saying because, yes, the AFC has gotten better, but guess what team they are trying to take down? What team are they building their own franchise over? See, all these teams, especially in the AFC West, they are directly responding to one team. Teams in the AFC are directly responding to one team, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not being a homer. I'm being realistic. The Chiefs have set the standard over the last 4 or 5 years as the standard in the AFC. all teams in the AFC are trying to take down, you guessed it, the Chiefs. But those are my expectations. What are yours? As fellow Chiefs fans, please jump in the comments. Let Wildcard Mar know, what are you feeling about the Chiefs this year? But from what I saw in game 2 of preseason against the Washington Commanders, my 5 observations. I mean, sometimes when you write, you write. Like I said, I've been doing podcasts for a couple of years, and I don't claim to be an expert. But I love my beloved Kansas City Chiefs, and sometimes when I say things, it's because I see it. And guess what? Observation number 1, I told y'all about Jody Fortson. For those that paid attention, even last year going into week 6 of the regular season before he got hurt against his same Washington Commanders team, he was doing great things for the Chiefs. It was there. It was flashes that he flashed before he got the injury that took the rest of his season out last year. But I told y'all about Jody Fortson. Matter of fact, when I'm right, I'm right. I don't like to brag. I don't like to toot my own horn. Toot. But in this moment, I will, because, hell, it was in the debut episode of Wildcard Chief last week. Here's my dark horse that's going to add something to the offense. If Jody Fortson can get back to the form he had before he had the injury last year, look for him to be a definite solid number 2 tight end. The body size is there. The go up and jump over defender is there. He's a huge red zone threat. I'm hoping that he can add another element to our offense, so look out for that. But please, when you're right, you're right. I mean, Jody Fortson can add such a dynamic element to this offense. Look at his body type. Does it remind you of a certain tight end that plays in Las Vegas? Yes, that guy. I'm talking about him. I know we're not Raider lovers, but let's be honest. Jody Fortson reminds me a lot of Darren Waller. Body type, ability to go up and snatch the ball over defenders. He's already a mismatch, physical-wise. His physical traits already makes him a mismatch. I got to remember, Jody Fortson came into Kansas City undrafted from Valdosta State, Georgia. And he was a wide receiver. So he has the ball skills of a wide receiver, but the body frame of a tight end. I'm telling you, yesterday against the Washington Commanders was just a little snippet. I think we haven't even touched the full surface of what Jody Fortson can do. Jody Fortson just went from dark horse to a damn near probably a Kansas City household name over one preseason game. And I look forward to seeing him add on to that going on in the future, and especially the rest of this regular season. And let's think about it. Him transitioning to tight end, he can learn so much from the greatest tight end in the game right now. Just imagine the knowledge that Travis Kelce can drop to Jody Fortson on how to play tight end. That's going to take his game to another damn level. I'm telling you, Jody Fortson is going to be a force to be reckoned with. My second observation, September 11th, 2022, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Phoenix, Arizona. Remember that. And I say remember that because that'll be the next time you see Patrick Mahomes play any meaningful football. Patrick has showed us enough. Him and the offense and the weapons surrounding him has showed us enough. Enough to be satisfied with sitting out a third preseason game and getting ready for the regular season. We've seen enough. Patrick Mahomes is in rare form. I mean, did you see him yesterday? Patrick did it all. Stood in the pocket, took some hits, just like he did in the preseason game against Chicago. When the offensive line blocking broke down, he did what Patrick Mahomes done time in and time out. Make more time for his receivers to find the spot to get open, and he found them. Now, I'll say this. Now, if you're looking for a quarterback to teach your son fundamentals, don't watch Patrick Mahomes. Only Mahomes has Mahomes magic. Only him. He is the only quarterback I've ever seen in my life that goes against the conventional thought process of playing quarterback. The man does things that you are not fundamentally supposed to do, and he makes it look easy. You are never supposed to throw across your body. He does it on a consistent basis, and not only does he does it on a consistent basis, he does it and complete passes on a consistent basis. Patrick Mahomes is literally redefining how you play quarterback, and he is literally doing things that you're not supposed to. So remember this date, time, and place, because that'll be the next time you see Patrick Mahomes. 3 offensive drives in the preseason, 3 touchdowns, all double-digit plays going the length of the field. Now, I know I said last week on Wild Card Chief that this team isn't built to be methodical. And I made that take based off of the fact of what the Chiefs were with Tyreek Hill. But what I've seen from Patrick Mahomes in the 3 possessions that he has had with the offense, not only is this offense going to be methodical, it'll pick and choose when they want to be explosive. Literally, there was one explosive play that literally Patrick Mahomes and Marquez Valdez-Scantling just missed. And I'm willing to bet you that play that they just missed on in the first quarter, they'll complete that in the regular season, and they'll complete that on a very high percentage of times. So you're going to have to battle those questions every week, all season. Oh, well, if Tyreek Hill was here, would have made this, would have done that. If Tyreek Hill was... You're going to hear that all season, Chiefs fans. If Tyreek Hill, if we still had... But what I'm seeing so far from these offensive weapons, and what's great about these offensive weapons, it feels like they are starting to click with Patrick. They're starting to recognize that, hey, my quarterback is running and trying to create time and looking for somebody open. Let me get open. All the plays that we saw from years previous with Mahomes and Kelsey, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, is not just them. Obviously, Tyreek's in Miami. And yes, that connection with Travis Kelsey is still there, but it feels like the connection is with every last single person. And guess what? McCole Hardman and Juju didn't even play in the preseason game. So to see other players step up makes me, Wild Card Mars, sleep a lot better, knowing that the offense is going to be in perfectly good hands. And damn, I can't wait till September 11th, 2022, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be one hell of a show. I can't wait for it. Observation number 3. Now, Chiefs fans, we got to be real about our expectations of this Chiefs defense. I'm going to start with the bad things about this defense that I'm concerned with. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit unsure about the run-stopping ability of our defense. Now, I get it. Chris Jones did not play yesterday. Now, this defense will be a type of bend, don't break defense. They're gonna give them some yardage. All right. As Chiefs fans, we got to have real expectations about the defense. There's going to be an up and down year with this defense. All right. There's going to be moments where we're going to scream and fuss and cuss at them, and there's going to be moments that we're going to have to praise and give that defense their flowers. Because let's be honest, losing Tyrann Mathieu, a captain, is a loss. Dan Sorensen, his sporadic play, he has had some big moments, and he has had some real brain farts. Ben Neiman, don't get me started on Ben Neiman. I don't know how the hell he ended up in the league. I don't know how he stayed on the roster. I don't know how he got a Super Bowl ring with the Chiefs. I don't even know how the hell he even signed with another team. But I'm glad we got a new 56. Speaking of that 56, George Karlaftis. Now, y'all heard what I said last week. He's giving me Jared Allen vibes, and I will stand on that because he proved me right. Did you see what he did? The man, look at this play. Look at this play. The man took on a double team, spin back, got held a little bit, and still the motor and the don't give up attitude of this man got himself a sack. Leo Chanel, good run stopping linebacker. I mean, I love those two rookies. They bring a different attitude. Willie Gay and Nick Bolton as the linebacking core that will be playing majority of the play snaps. I have all the faith and ability in them. I mean, Nick Bolton is a tackling machine. Tackling machine. Underrated pass covering linebacker. But that's Willie's job. Willie Gay, who has some more speed of the two of them, both are very athletic. But Willie Gay, don't be surprised if he has about 5 interceptions this year. Great pass coverage skills. Like I said, fly to the ball speed. And I love that about this Chiefs defense. But one thing that does scare me is our secondary. And the only reason why I'm scared of our secondary is because I'm still not sure of our pass rush in the front. And so if our front four don't get to the quarterback, we have a very, very, very young secondary. I know Juan Thornhill and L'Jarius Sneed are at this point the veterans of the secondary. Trent McDuffie, who we got, Joshua Williams, Mr. Cook, the other Watson, all made plays yesterday. All made plays on that defensive side. But they're so young. And sometimes with the inexperience, there's going to be some growing pains. Because they're not going to see certain offenses that they haven't seen. You're going to see certain players that they haven't played against. So it's going to be up and down here. So we got to have real expectations of our Chiefs defense. But here's the optimistic part of Wildcard Mar. See, in 2019 and 2020, we had a total team defensive rank of 17 and 16. Guess what the Chiefs did those 2 years? Yep, they went to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1. So the Chiefs defense doesn't have to be like the 2000 Ravens defense, so dominant. They just have to be middle of the pack. That's it. 32 teams in the NFL. If they're around 17 and 16, there's a good chance the Chiefs make it back to the playoffs. Well, not playoffs, back to the Super Bowl. That's all you need. Is a middle of the road defense. And the Chiefs have the players, personnel to be not just average. I believe that they have the player personnel once they all comes together to be more than above average. I'm not saying top 5, but I believe they got the player personnel that can float around 10, 11, hell, ninth best defense in the NFL. But just to make it to the Super Bowl, they just need to be middle of the road. Observation number 4. Man, it's a crowded wide receiver room. And I think Josh Gordon is on borrowed time. Obviously, Juju Smith-Schuster making the team. Obviously, McCole Hardman stays a starter. Obviously, MBS is in the wide receiver room. After that, who steps up? Obviously, Justin Watson has been balling. Coming over from Tampa Bay. How great is that for him? Played with Tom Brady, and now you play with Patrick Mahomes. Good start of your career. Darius Fountain had a good game against Washington. Does he stay in the wide receiver? I mean, Cornell Powell had a good game against Washington. Josh Gordon, you wish he could have, completed some of those passes last week against Chicago. He did have a good catch against Washington. Caught the slant, took a hit, held on. But the reason why I think Josh Gordon is on borrowed time is because let's think about all the young talent that the Chiefs have at receiving options in, they're doing just as much, if not more than what Josh Gordon is doing in preseason games. As much as we want Josh Gordon to get back to that 2012, 2013, 2014 Josh Gordon, it's been a while. A lot of time missed because of suspensions. You understand the physical advantage that he has. But we're getting production from a lot of other people. Sky Moore's in that wide receiver room as well. There's a lot of young talent to not give them an opportunity to blossom and shine. I just think Josh Gordon is the odd man out. Observation number 5. 5th and final observation. Where the hell is the running game? I'm still looking for some kind of identity of a running game. I mean, what is this? That's one thing that's really starting to irk me a little bit in the preseason games. Where's the identity of a running game? I think we got the attitude up front with Creed Humphrey. He sets the tone. Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney. Trey Smith. And whoever wins that right tackle battle right now is Andrew Wiley. I think they got the attitude and the nastiness of an O-line to be prolific run blockers. I just don't think the Chiefs run the ball enough. Who can you attribute that to? Me personally. We need to change up the play calling just a little bit. Try to get as close to balance as possible. Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire needs it. He needs to make sure that he can hold on to that RB1 position. Jerick McKinnon, Derek Gore both did well last year. But unfortunately, I think Derek Gore might be out. Derek Gore just hasn't had 2 good preseason games. Just hasn't. He just hasn't. Excuse me. I'm not sure what's going on with Ronald Jones, Super Bowl champion, comes over from Tampa Bay, still young, 24, 25 years old. Hasn't had a lot of snaps and hasn't done a lot with the snaps he's got. Isaiah Pacheco, I love what he can do on kick return, and he's been the darling, the talk of the training camp. But the opportunities he's gotten are few, and hasn't done much with the opportunities he has been given. Matter of fact, just about any running back on the roster has been seeing few opportunities of carries. Can we get some kind of identity? I mean, I've been screaming this for the last few years as a Chiefs fan. There's one thing about Andy Reid that drives me damn crazy. You get too damn pass happy. I understand the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. I understand that. But can we get to close as balanced offense as possible? Because when the team knows that you're just going to sit there and air it out, they're not afraid of your run. You got to keep defenses honest. And you got the players that can be legit running threats in your running backfield. Let's use them. Let's use them. All right, y'all. Those are my 5 observations after preseason week 2. And boy, I'm so excited. And then, of course, the preseason finale is this Thursday against the Packers. Don't expect to see too many starters. But let's see of these young guys. These guys battling for a position on the 53-man roster. These guys who want to make the roster and play in week 1. Let's see what they do. Let's see how much fight they got in them. Either way, I'm excited to see some of these the young crop of players in this Chiefs organization. And let's see what they can bring to the table. Because my expectations of our Chiefs, y'all, Super Bowl or bust. And that's real. And y'all know the deal. Tune in next week for another episode of Wild Card Chief with your boy, Wild Card Mar. Peace and love, Chiefs fans. It's Chiefs or Die, baby. In the home of the Chiefs.
Slate.